morning, everybody. You caught me having a hot flash. I love them. Especially in the summer. Well, anyway, it's another Saturday morning with Cora, and I'm so glad that you're up with me this morning. Don't you know? On a serious note, we have a problem. We have a thief in the neighborhood. That's what I'm telling you. A thief in the neighborhood. Yeah, it's terrible. Just terrible. Yeah. I know what he looks like. He's got brown hair, mind you. Yeah. His ears are kind of big, you know. Mind you, I know he's cute, but he's a thief anyway. I'll show you what he looks like. This is the picture of the thief. I tell you, I went out the other morning. And it was before we had that nice rain, you know, and I'd put some new bedding plants out. So I went out, you know, and I was going to water my plants. Now, I just got up, so, you know, I didn't have my teeth in or I didn't have my glasses on, you know, but I had to get that water on before the sun baked those plants, you know. They're expensive. Well, I go out there to water them and I look down and I can't see the plants. True story. True story, mind you. You know, because I didn't have my glasses on, I thought, well, you know, I better get a little closer. So I get on my hands and knees and I'm looking for my beautiful impatient plants. Of the whole row, the only thing left is little stubs this big. Oh, they ate every single one of them, you know. I've been watching them out there. I tell ya, it's like porn central in our backyard. There's bunnies doing it all over the place. It's a potential catastrophe. You know, so I'm talking to people, you know, and saying, how do I get rid of these bunnies, you know? Well, you know, I just don't know what to do with them, you know, so, and there's God's creatures, you know, and I kind of would like to get rid of them, but in the city limits, you can't shoot a gun. And they have a special law that Cora Anderson isn't allowed to shoot anything except a water gun after I took out a few windows with the grandson's BB gun one time. Yeah, so, you know, so I got myself ready. Yeah. It was war. So I got ready, mind you, and I loaded my gun. Don't you know? I kind of look like Elmer Fudd, don't I? Yeah, well, I tell you, it didn't work anyway. So I was asking people, what do you do, you know? Well, they said you could set a live trap. Yeah, and then bring them over to the neighbors. But, you know, if you got good stuff to eat, they're just going to keep coming back. So another person told me, well, you spray pepper spray. And you go out to Elko, you know, and you get some of that hot sauce and spray that around the plants. So I did. I must have Mexican rabbits. They loved it. It was like a taco salad to them. Yeah, it didn't help one bit. So I'm on a mission. Haven't figured it out yet, but you know, that is my cross to carry. So if any of you have some good ways to get rid of rabbits, I would love to hear them, and I will share them with the world. Don't you know? And on a brighter note, tomorrow is Father's Day. Yeah, the one day to honor all the fathers. Yeah, let them sit in their chair with the remote in their hand and their feet up and a beer in the other hand and watching sports on Sunday for 12 hours, just like every other Sunday. But, you know, they can't help their men, so we better be nice to them one day of the year. And I tell you, I have fond memories of my father. Fathers taught us a lot of things. They've got some important things to say, yeah? Like, I don't know, go ask your mother. That's one of my favorite. The other one is, what does your mother have to say about that? Yeah. And my all-time favorite, this is a true story. Kids, clean up this living room. You know how your mother gets when there's a mess. But I was thinking about my father. Oh, he was the best dad in the world. Yeah, got some fond memories of him. Yeah. He was the only man I know that could play tea party with the grandkids and sleep at the same time without anybody knowing it. It was a talent. Yeah. When we were young, we used to go to Valley City, North Dakota, for dentist and doctor and that kind of stuff. And they had this A&W root beer place. And we would beg to stop. Dad, stop it there. Look at, there's the A&W sign. Dad. After he got by the turn, he'd go, oh, did you want to stop? Oh, too late now. I never caught on until years later. Yeah. Oh, and I tell you, one of my favorite ones is my dad was always willing to help. Always willing. I'd say, Dad, we lived in an old house, and I'd say, Dad, could we put a ceiling fan in here? And he'd say, oh, that would just be a quick, easy job. We'll help you. Yeah. So we got together and we were putting this ceiling fan in, and smoke started coming out of the switch. That's when we had to call my brother. Yeah. Yeah, these small jobs, yeah, he'd say, oh, take a couple hours. 4 days later, we're still working on them. Yeah. Always willing to lend a happy hand. Yeah. Well, my favorite one is one day when we were living in Mayville, North Dakota, don't you know? I had asked my dad to come over and help me with a few odds and ends because my husband is pretty bad. Yeah. His skills are when it comes to fixing. Yeah. So you call Dad. So I was outside waiting for him to come, and there happened to be, a parade going by. The college, they have a couple parades, in the fall, and I'm sitting there drinking my Folgers, watching the parade, waving to everyone. They're throwing out candy. It's all so nice, and the fire engines go by, and the band goes by, and I look, and right when all the classic cars are going by, here's my dad in the parade in his old pickup. Now, if you remember that pickup, you could see the road when you sat in the passenger side and looked out. He was in the parade by accident, Hi, Dad. The least he could have done was throw some candy. Those were the days. Yeah. So now I want all you young'uns. You make sure you tell your dad you appreciate them. You give him a big hug. That would be the best present in the world, and tell him you love him. 'Cause there's not a day that goes by that I won't give an arm and a leg to be able to do that one more time. Love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day! And remember, they can't help their men. Bye! Oh, we got a little overtime.